How's everyone doing? Welcome to my new page on Instagram. Well, I'm on so many Instagram pages, pick up about 6 or 7. My name is FPL Ballardi. Nice to meet you all. Leon, how are you keeping? So let's get to it. If they let me. So I'm gonna take you to my team for the moment. In goalkeeper, I have Sanchez, O'Brien, even though you can't see. And I have Wan-Bissaka. I have Trent Alexander-Arnold. I have Lucas Digne of Everton. They got good fixtures. I got Glenn Dia of Villa. I think he would do well this season. I have Phil Foden as well. Cheap 8 million. I have Salah. Everyone's going to pick Salah. I have Sancho at the moment. I think he could do really well for United this season, I hope. I have that player from Brentford, striker Ian Toney, something like that. I have Calvert-Lewin at the moment. I have Ollie Watkins. I think he will do better than last year. I Foster on the bench. Manquillo. Oh, Jesus, that guy. O'Brien, the midfielder, 4.5. Oh, forget his name now. I do know, but I forget. And I have Ayling of Leeds at the moment. But that could all change by the deadline in the next 2 weeks. Because it's only 2 weeks to the Premier League is back again. So I'm going to take you to the players' prices. So I'm going to take you to Sancho, who I have on my team. He's 9.5. That's his price this year. 9.5. I think he would do well, I hope. Next up is that defender who played for Fulham last season. Palace just got him this week. He could be a danger. He's very cheap as well, 4.5 million. He could do very well for Palace this year. Hopefully. That's how much I have in the bank at the moment, I think. 1.5 at the moment, which is good. So the next one. Who I have on my team at the moment, Robert Sanchez, 4.5 million. There's not that many goalkeepers are 4.5. I think Dubravka is 4.5 for Newcastle. Darlow's 4.5 for Newcastle as well. I think the Watford keeper is 4.5. I think he could start ahead of Foster. But to be fair, Dubravka is injured again for Newcastle. He's got a foot injury. Of course, he was injured at the start of last season as well. So Robert Sanchez should be a good pick for your team this coming season. For other fancy managers. Who else is up? Gonna check now. That man, that Bill got from Norwich, Glenn Dia. I think he's going to do very well for Villa this year. He's going to create a lot of chances, a lot of assists for Ollie Rockets this year. His price is 6.5 million. They got him from Norwich. The last time he was in the Premier League, he scored 1 goal, 7 assists. 2 years ago, which he got relegated with Norwich, of course. But I think he's with a better team now. Villa are a better team than Norwich. Another one coming up. So, Everton, Andros Townsend. Fortunately, you can't see this price. He's 5.5. He's 5.5 million. He could get a lot of assists for Everton this year. He got five assists and 1 goal for Palace last season. Yeah, so Everton are looking for him to get plenty of assists this year. It's a good sign by Everton, to be honest with you.
For every professional clown, there's 100 hacks with a red nose and a wig waiting to do the job.
Yeah, I understand. Thanks, clown.
And Leicester have that striker from that team from Austria that Haaland used to play for. Oh, Salzburg from Austria that Leicester got that man from. Pachin or something, I can't pronounce his name. He's the same price as Iheanacho of Leicester as well. He's 7.5. Good price. Would I pick him? I don't know. It's hard to call. But it's a good sign by Leicester. Because they do need a striker, because Vardy is not going to play every game because he's getting to that age like myself, of course. Yeah, and who else? Who else is up? Van Dijk for Liverpool. He didn't play that many games last year because he had a bad injury against Everton in the Merseyside Derby. He scored 1 goal, and that was in the first game of the season against Leeds. Yeah, I don't know whether if he's ready on time for the first match of the season against Norwich, he's looking to score 3 opening day games in a row. But I don't think it will happen this year, to be honest with you. Scored the opening day against Norwich. Scored the opening day last season against Leeds. He also made a mistake in that game, actually, against Leeds. That was actually a good match. Yeah, so he's 6.5. The same price as he was last season. I think his price should have went down to about 6 or 5.5. Maybe fancy Premier League are being generous, probably. Something like that, because Liverpool have a good defence. That guy from Leeds, Rafinha. He's 6.5 million. He can take free kicks, but he's not on penalties though. He impressed fancy managers last season for Leeds. Leeds are lucky to have him, because if Leeds get rid of him, it'd be very hard to keep him. But I think for him, he picked up 133 points in total last season. Fancy manager percent at the moment, 22.5% of managers have him in the game at the moment, I think. That's not too bad. Who else is up? The main man of Man City, only 20 years old, Phil Foden. I think he could get plenty of game time. Could he be the next David Silva? Who knows? I have him in my team at the moment, but that could all change. I think he would do well, but I think he needs to change back to his original hairstyle, and then he will become better again for City, I think. So the next part, the main man for Newcastle, Callum Wilson. How many goals did he get last season? 12 goals, 6 assists for Newcastle last season. I actually had him most of last season. I only captained him once. That was against West Brom, which he failed. Of course, he picked up a yellow card, so he only got me 2 points in total. but that's when you take that risk as well. So last season he was 6.5 million. This season 7.5 million. Still good price if you want to risk Callum Wilson in your team. I think he could be a good option. He's on penalties for Newcastle, as you know. Yeah, so that's Callum Wilson. Move on to the next one. Rob Holding of Arsenal, the defender. He's very cheap. His price is 4.5 million. He could be a good option for Arsenal. I think Arsenal could do well this year. With no European football this season. I think they could do well this year. You never know. And Aubameyang, of course, he's not midfielder anymore. He's now back as a forward. If you get Aubameyang, he's 10 million. But I think Rob Holding and other players, like Arsenal's defence, have a lot of cheap defence. Like, as you know, David Luiz is no longer with Arsenal anymore. He got released. I think it was probably the right thing for Arsenal to release him. So the next one now is Billy Gilmour. Even though he is still a Chelsea player, but he's not. He's playing for Norwich on loan. If you get Billy Gilmour for your fifth midfielder, I think he could do well. He would get plenty of game time for Norwich. That would boost his confidence. I heard he did pretty well in the Euros for Scotland, I believe. But will I get Billy Gilmour? It's probably a 50-50 chance I could get him for fifth midfielder. And who else is up next? James Ward-Prowse of Southampton. He's 6.5 million. Yeah, he picked up 156 points in total. He's very good at corners, free kicks. But the only problem he's not good on, he's not good taking penalties. He's not great. He does miss a lot of penalties. If Danny Ings leaves, go on, Fran. Thumbs up by Leon. Thank you very much. Yeah, and Sean FPL, welcome to the live stream in my new channel. Oh no, not channel, page. I mean page. Yeah, Clinton. Alright, Fran. What have you got in your team at the moment, Mr. Rooney? At the moment. So James Ward-Prowse, he's good at set pieces, he's good at free kicks. But the only problem he's not good on penalties, which is not good. So that's James Ward-Prowse. If Danny Ings leaves, James Ward-Prowse could be back on penalties. Two outs. Matt Doherty of Tottenham. Last season he didn't do so well with Tottenham in his first season with them. But with the former Wolves manager, they're at Tottenham now, Nuno Espirito de Santo, I think Matt Doherty could get plenty of game time for Tottenham this year. Because they know each other well from their Wolves days 2 years ago. So even though his price has dropped, I think he was 6 million last season. He's 5 mil this year. I think he could do very well this year for Tottenham, but I could also be wrong as well. So that's Matt Doherty. Who else? That guy for Watford who scored 2 goals against Liverpool 2 years ago. Of course, which was Liverpool's first beat of the season that season. Sir, he's 6 mil for the Hornets Watford. He got 5 goals, 7 assists, picked up 107 points.
Just doing my job to make sure that nothing lowers the
2 years ago.
You're right. That is the salad for
Yeah. So he could do well for Watford. He's quick. He's fast. So he could do well with Watford.
He'll probably be cancelled, but anyway, I'm in the final tonight.
So on the next one,
I've got Katie. She's fine.
Kufal of West Ham. He's 5 million. He had a good end to the season last season with West Ham. Picked up a lot of assists last season. But the only problem he didn't get a goal. He got 9 assists last season. Is that 9 crosses? But he got 3 yellow cards. 12 bonus points. BPS 625. So he could do well with West Ham, but will West Ham do well like last season? It's hard to know. It's very, very hard to know. To be honest with you, they got other good players like Souček, Antonio, but I won't pick Antonio. He's injury prone, I think, and that's a problem with West Ham. They need to keep Antonio fit. I think they need a few more players like that guy who did well with them. Jesse Lingard. I think they should get him, of course. And the last one, Max Kilman of Wolves. He's 4.5 million. He was 4 million last season. I don't know whether he's a regular starter for Wolves. Well, to be fair, Wolves have no manager at the moment. Would you believe it or not? They have no manager at the moment. Yeah, I think Wolves are going to struggle this year, to be honest with you. I think they're going to struggle. I know they got Raul Jimenez back, but to be fair, he doesn't get that many goals. To be honest with you, he is consistent, but he doesn't score that many goals at Wolves. Does get a lot of assist, though. But he's all well. And that is it. So I'm going to take you back to my team. What do you think at the moment? Do you think it's a good team? Do you think it's an average team? Do you think it's okay? Do you think it's poor? Do you think it's bad? Do you think it's not the best? Do you think it's what do I need to improve on? What do you think I need to improve on? Hold on. I have it now. I think Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I don't know. Will I pick him or not? It's hard to know at the moment. It's hard to know at the moment. Yeah, so it's hard to know at the moment. Trying to figure this out. No, I have it now. Yeah, and who else? Lucas Digne, yeah, he's a bit inconsistent. Can Everton keep loads of clean sheets this year? They could, because I think they got a better manager now. Like Ancelotti didn't do anything wrong. I think Everton could get a lot of clean sheets. He could get loads of tackle returns, you never know. I don't know what's going to happen in the opening game, to be honest with you. I got Glenn Dia, got Phil Foden. I could change it maybe to Mahrez, but he's not main for City. Yeah, who else could I change it to? Salah is my captain at the moment, and I think I'm still going to stick with that. Yeah, so Salah will score in the opening game. Who did he score against in the opening game? He scored in the opening game against Watford in the 3-3 draw. I think he also got the assist in that game as well, I believe. Yeah. Oh, Jesus, I can't remember who they had in the packet. 2018, 2019. Can't remember now. He scored one against Norwich, and he also got the assist from the corner. The same game against Norwich in the opening game 2 years ago, but that was at Anfield. And of course last season he scored a hat-trick against Leeds. He got one from open play, and he scored 2 goals from the penalty spot as well. So Salah is definitely the one to have. And the reason why I picked Sancho, I think he would do well for Man United this year. Or I could get rid of him, or I could get Greenwood. Who knows? Or I could get anyone. Like Sancho, he's been doing well in the Bundesliga. He's English as well. But the English Premier League is tough. I'm a Tony for Brentford. It's a big step up the level for him now. Playing in the Premier League. Is he going to do well in the Premier League? It's really 50-50 call. Do you think he would do well? Yes or no? Could get rid of him, you never know. He's also on penalties for Brentford as well. Calvert-Lewin. He's 8 million. I think he could do better this year. I say he could get 15 to 20 goals this year for Everton. And the same with Ollie Watkins. I think Ollie Watkins will do well again for Villa like last season. He could score loads of goals, really. He could get loads of points, but sometimes he could be frustrating for fancy managers as well, of course. And the reason why I got Ben Foster in, because he's for me in, but he's not first choice anymore for Watford. Manquillo, I don't know whether he's first choice for Newcastle at the moment. And that bright midfielder, he's 4.5 million. Oh, forget his name now. I do know, but I forget. And the last player that I have is Ailing of Leeds. He's very cheap, 4.5 million. He actually did score a Premier League goal against Fulham, but was disallowed for offside. It wasn't him that was offside. I think it was his teammate in the build-up. Sean, FPL, are you well, pal, this evening? Yeah. Let me know how your fancy team gets on, or do you want to have a call with me right now as well? See, can I bite? So far, nobody is on the chat at the moment. Yeah, so if people want to chat me, how do you think you would get on this year in your fancy team? Of course, last season I finished 13k. And another thing is, I won't be putting up the Champions League post on FPL Ballardy. I'll be putting that up on the Champions League other Instagram page as well, which I'll be talking about that. That could be in 2 months' time, where the Champions League groups start. Yeah, it was my best ever Champions League season last season ever. It's going to be hard to compete with that this year, but to be fair, I can only do my best every season. This year I could have a better season last year. This year I could be terrible. But that's the name of the game. As a manager, because there's so many new managers around the world from a lot of countries every year that play in the game. Yeah, hopefully you do well, but a lot of managers are also going to do bad as well. Yeah, of course, that fancy cup will be in game week 17. Of course, if you beat the average points, you're in the first round draw. Like I did do too well the fancy cup last year. I got knocked out the first round last season. But to be fair, you want to concentrate on other things. You want to concentrate on winning your mini league. I think that's more important. If you're number one in your own country, it'd be a great achievement for you. I never got the Ireland number one in the Premier League fancy, but I did get one in the Champions League fancy last season for the first time ever. Yeah, so hopefully new players to do well for their clubs. Of course, hopefully I could eat plenty of food when I'm watching matches. Of course, at least crowds are allowed back into stadiums this year that they didn't have last season. Yeah, to be fair, it was actually good for me that I had a good season last year. But this year, it's going to be tough to beat it. This year, hopefully I could do better than last year. If not, I have to keep trying and trying and trying. Of course, I like see other fancy managers do well. If not, keep trying every season. It's not going to happen every season if you have a good team. If you have a lucky jammy pick. Fair play to you. Yeah, because it'd be tough. And then what you don't want as well is injuries. If your player is injured, oh my God, my player's injured. What am I going to do the next week? And of course, the game. If people that haven't played the fancy fancy Premier League before, you could take hits if you have a problem with your team. Like it's going to be difficult for all the fancy managers every week. Yes, I wish everybody could have a good week every week. But that doesn't always happen. Which you have to play the game as well. Of course, in 2 weeks' time, and how many days now? How many days? 15 days. I will be doing the deadline live stream, hopefully. The 13th of August, hopefully. I think I could be doing that evening. Yeah, don't forget the deadline in week 1 is at 6:30. 19 minutes before the kickoff, like last season, which is it's okay. So it might help other fancy Premier League managers. And then, when people do the deadline, don't panic. What am I going to do to my team? Because I've seen loads of people panicking on deadline. That he said, don't panic. Yeah, but that's the name of the Premier League. And then some weeks, if you forget to do your transfer, you might only have yourselves to blame. If you failed to make a transfer before the deadline, of course, that's another thing. As well. Yeah. Who do I think would do well this year? Man City are still going to be the team to beat still, but at the moment they only have one striker in the game, Jesus. But to be fair, I wouldn't pick Jesus, to be honest with you. He's a good player, but he's inconsistent for me. Who's another one? If they don't get a striker this summer, I think Mahrez could play as a striker for City. But I don't think he will play as a striker. Maybe Phil Foden could play as a striker. Who knows? Because it's nice to have strikers playing out of position in the game. just like Dallas did for Leeds last season. He plays out of position. If I was a professional football, I could be playing out of position, out of goal, and I could be playing left back or left wing. I could get an odd assist, or maybe an odd goal, maybe. And another team. God almighty. Man United, who I support. I think we're going to have a better defence this year. I don't think Lindelof is not going to be first choice for United anymore if they get Varane in from Real Madrid. But the only problem for me, he's injury prone. He picks up a lot of injuries. Does Varane. And who else could do well? I say, what do you call it? That Arsenal midfielder Smith Rowe. I think he could do well this year. He's 5.5 million in the game this year. I hope he does well for Arsenal. And another one that missed the penalty, the last penalty shootout for England. Saka could do well as well. He's 6.5 for Arsenal. Yeah. Who else is going to do well this year? Hopefully Townsend, as I said, could do very well for Everton this year. Who else could do well this year? Who else could do well this year? FPL checks. Are you well this evening? How is your fancy team doing in the draft still? Of course. So hopefully Townsend does well for Everton. Because I think Sigurdsson could leave Everton. That could still happen. I think. As well. God, there's a lot of good options. Luke Shaw could be a good option this year. But the goalkeepers for Man United is going to be difficult. Who's first choice? This season, is it going to be De Gea? Is it going to be Henderson? It's definitely not going to be Tom Heaton. He's going to be third choice. I'm surprised that United haven't got rid of De Gea yet. To be honest with you, De Gea has to leave United. God, and who else? Who else? Leno's still first choice at Arsenal. Still. First choice for Villa is Martinez. That was a big mistake by Arsenal getting rid of him. Really was. Don't know who's the first choice at Brentford. Because they're only new team in the Premier League for the first time in their history. The first choice for Burnley is Nick Pope. 5.5 million. Who's the keeper? Mendy is first choice at Chelsea. Other teams. Meslier of Leeds is first choice. I think Pickford is still first choice at Everton. Kasper Schmeichel's first choice at Leicester still. Lloris is still with Tottenham. I thought he was gone. I thought he was leaving Tottenham to go to PSG. But I don't think that will happen. But you never know. Anything could happen between now and in the next 15 days before the start of the season. Yeah, so that could still happen. Yeah, who else is first choice? I don't know who's first choice keeper. Wolves, to be honest with you, because Wolves have problem with keepers now. Because what do you call it? Oh, Patricio's gone. First choice for West Ham is Fabianski, the Polish keeper. I'm from Poland. No, well, not really. Yeah, who else is first choice? First choice for Norwich is still Tim Krul. Still, the goalkeeper for Watford, I don't know his name. I think he's from Austria. I think I could be wrong now. I could be wrong. To be honest with you. Who else could be up there as well? Other teams. Sanchez is number one choice at Brighton at the moment. What other team? I don't know who's the first choice for Southampton. It's between McCarthy and Fraser Foster. It's hard to choose who's first choice with the Saints. Newcastle first choice at the moment. It is the Bradkett, but he has a foot injury. So could be like last season, Darlow could be the keeper for Newcastle. To be fair, he actually did pretty well for Newcastle. He made a lot of saves last season. Maybe not that many clean sheets, but he did make a lot of saves for Newcastle last season. So hopefully he could do well. Yeah. Who else is number one choice? Oh God, I'll wait. Alisson's number one choice for Liverpool still. Who else did I miss? Ederson of Man City is number one choice. To be fair, I won't get those keepers because they're priced at 6 million. To be honest with you. So I think 3 keepers are on 6 million this year. Mendy, Alisson and Ederson. The 3 goalkeepers are 6 million this year. Hopefully they will do well this season. Hopefully. Who else could be a good choice this year as well? I think Ben Chilwell could be a good choice, but the only problem is he's 6 million as well. Who else? You could get Reece James. Excuse me. You could get Reece James in for 5.5 for Chelsea. He could be a good option. Palace, I think. Oh, sorry. Chelsea have a good fixture at the start of the season against Palace, but their fixtures are a bit inconsistent for me, I think. Hold on for a minute. Yeah. Oh yeah, and for Liverpool, Trent Alexander-Arnold is 7.5 million at the moment for Liverpool. He is very expensive, but I think he could get loads of goals on free kicks. He could score from a free kick. He could get a lot of assists as well, and he could pick up clean sheet points as well for Liverpool. And Robertson is on he's 7 million, the same as last season. I thought the Liverpool defence wasn't good last season. For Trent, it was his poor season last year. I think his price should have went down last season, to be honest with you. And that's being honest. Bum 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 do. Yeah, so just 15 days to the new Premier League season. Don't forget it. 15 days to the new Premier League season. Sorry about this. To the new Premier League season.
My true love.
Yeah, so worry. Yeah, we're back in my room again. Needed that was emergency. Unfortunately. Yeah, so what else is gonna happen? So Luke Shaw's 5.5, Aaron Wan-Bissaka's 5.5, Lindelof is 5 million. God almighty, who else? Oh, Beckham, midfielders, there's so many. Diaz is actually 6 million for Man City this year. Of course. Yeah. If you want to give me a call right now, or I might call you right now. But so far there's nobody on the chat at the moment. Don't know how many minutes I've been on this thing for, to be honest with you. Sean, are you out this evening? Are you able to come down and watch Fairhouse Carmel tomorrow evening? If you're available. Yeah. Owen, Dan, Paul, are you as well this evening, lads? Yeah, so hopefully I could do better than last season. Yeah, so who's got good pictures? Everton have got good pictures at the start of the season. I'm actually going to take you through the pictures. Well, not through the page. Not through the page. Yeah. Not through the page. So I'm going to take you to the pictures of the. Who's got the pictures? Gonna actually check the fancy Scoutcast.
Father of my child, light of my life. Zach, will you marry me? And because I made you wait so long, I'd like to do it today while my mother's still here.
Well, will you?
So accept.
The show's pre-taped.
Oh, what's going on with this?
Will you?
So let's see.
Well, you know, I'm gonna have to think it over. Okay, I did. Yes. I love you. Time for a wedding. Where's Shorty?
So the pictures, Man United 6 pictures. Leeds at home. Leeds, Southampton, Wolves, Newcastle, West Ham and Aston Villa. That's Man United 6 fixtures. Liverpool, Norwich, Burnley, Chelsea, Leeds, Crystal Palace and Brentford. Everton, Southampton, Leeds, Brighton, Burnley, Aston Villa and Norwich. Leicester City, Wolves, West Ham, Norwich, Man City, Brighton, and Burnley. Brighton, Burnley, Watford, Everton, I think that's Brentford, Leicester, and Crystal Palace. Aston Villa, Watford, Newcastle, Brentford. They only had 3 pictures of the fucking Aston Villa one. Yeah, that's not nice. Wolves, Leicester, Tottenham, Man United, Watford, Brentford, Southampton. I think they're going to struggle this year. Watford, Aston Villa, Brighton, Tottenham, Wolves, Norwich, and Newcastle.
I'm wondering why how I got into this predicament.
No, not really.
You see what happens every time I try to get up? It's caught.
Not coming down any further. All right. Well, let me see what I can do there. Just
Other games.
Oh, careful. It's a Miranda Collins bracelet. Just yeah. What did you do to your leg?
another hip hop related casualty. Yeah. What about you? How are you here? You in psychiatric wing?
God, I think that's all.
My son had an asthma attack.
At the moment.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Is he okay?
Yeah. He's all back to normal stuff. So I'm getting candy.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Gonna go back to the
I'm gonna pull down there.
fancy football.
Ta-da.
Awesome. Wait.
See what price.
This thing?
Yeah, that's what I was. That's what I did in the first place.
Have to do my email.
Nicely done.
Wait. Oh, you know. Oh, where is it?
Okay, but if anybody catches us, we'll say you're stealing candy for sick kids.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I owe you one.
No. Random act of kindness.
Oh well, thank you.
Oh Jesus, what am I doing here?
No, we have a car.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm
Oh
thinking,
God,
I
God,
know
God.
my ex-husband, his new wife.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm divorced too.
Oh, actually, my wife passed away.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Oh, that must make 2 days.
Should go in right now, and it's there.
Thank you.
Dad, we looked everywhere we could.
Yeah, so I have 1.5 million in money remaining at the moment,
Well, hey,
which is good.
I guess.
That would be nice. Wait, my dad owns a fitness gym. Your card. You should totally stop by and try to.
So the keepers. Oh, Messier's 5 million for Leeds.
I've heard. This is my gym.
Cresswell's 5.5 for West Ham.
I just signed up like a couple.
Midfield is going to be a bit of confusion, I think.
All right. Well, great. So.
Yeah. Dallas, who was in defence of the game, is now in midfield. I don't think Dallas is not going to do that well this year as he did last year. Because he's not going to get that many points as he got in midfield last season. Oh, sorry, defence, I mean. Defence. Who else? Fortunately, you can't have everybody. You can't have Kane. You can't have Sterling, Salah, the same team because it'd be no room because they're just too expensive.
Oh, but I think I'll need someone to go Haiti.
Tino Werner's 9 million for Chelsea. God almighty.
Sticky. They're always sticky. I mean.
For Chelsea.
Hey, there we go. Whoa. A little
Midfield.
Just drop her a little bit high. Yep. Perfect. Got it.
So difficult. So confusing it is.
Sound like.
Kevin De Bruyne, throw me in. Fernandez, throw me in. Salah, 12.5. Mane, throw me in.
I may stay a while too. They have a big house.
Sterling, 11 million. I think that's about it. Midfield.
Let me finish these release papers and you'll be on your way.
I think it is, yes. I think it is. I think it is,
Well, that was one of our more eventful Mother's Days.
to be honest with you.
I really prefer the really boring, sweet burnt pancakes in bed.
Yeah, gotta stick with this live.
Sorry about yesterday.
So I'm gonna take you to the keepers.
I can't believe you held on.
I can't believe I had no
Who's the
idea.
most expensive? 3 goalkeepers, as I said. So there's no way you be getting Ederson,
Your mom and I
Mendy,
this big
and Alisson.
be a few minutes.
There's just no way. Keepers that are 5.5, Martinez, Lloris, Pope,
Hey, Sandy. Hey, Sandy with 2 sons.
Pope. God, even Jesus, my nine goalkeepers are 5 million this year. They're not 5.5. Wow.
First of all, there's salmon.
Oh, was that
But we don't know who's first choice for United.
anyone else know that?
That's the problem.
I'll shock you when it's permanent.
So the goalkeeper that are 4.5.
Spears?
Oh. You know what? I think it's actually quite sexy on him.
That Palace keeper.
And we're back to normal.
Yeah.
I forget his name now, to be honest with you. Guaita or something. Darlow. Dubravka. Foster. He was 4 million last season. 4.5.
This is just how I pictured it.
Not that many keepers. And 4.5 million. It's not great, is it?
Got people waiting for tape.
Gonna check the strikers. Who's the most expensive? Harry Kane.
Gathered here to unite these two souls.
Jamie Vardy, 10.5.
I did.
But I'm gonna hold on to this one a little longer.
Zach,
And Aubameyang.
Before she
Aubameyang's 10 million.
and do you, Kristen?
I do. And I won't be changing my mind.
I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Do you know who has loads of strikers at the moment? Watford have so many strikers at the moment. All the time is ticking anyway. So thank you for watching this first what do you call it, page on Instagram, because the time remaining is ticking. So I love you, leave you. Always true, sound true. Stay clever, keep it together, and look after yourselves. Love you all. My name is FPL Ballardi. Thank you for watching this video for nearly an hour. Bye bye. Look after yourselves. Have a great bank holiday weekend. Look after yourselves.